All right, welcome back to the Silly Willies. That's right, you're back with your boys Declan, James Fetty Wap Burke, and Brian Moran here as your host. And it's a big week here in October because Fetty Wap is back on the map. James, can you speak to that?
Yeah. So we got some exciting news coming from Hollywood.
Breaking news.
Yeah, so 1738 is Fetty Wap's new song, and it's a banger, and I'm really enjoying the vibes from the song.
This is big news.
No, this is big news because when Fetty Wap first came about all those years ago, back in high school, I feel like that I mean I'm not a rap guy, so Fetty Wap was just like boppy enough that I could get into it.
Fetty Bop.
Fetty, good point. We're now linked. James and I are linked via Instagram.
We're doing now the people can get 2 shots of Brian.
Double shots. Well, you could probably turn yours around so that it's not on
I'll
me.
get Declan.
Another pop culture reference to I believe is that Drake Bell? Is that yeah?
Oh yeah.
Which, by the way, growing up, Drake Bell and Josh Peck were pretty influential, I'd say.
Some may say James and I are like Drake and Josh. Declan, Drake, Josh, James.
So you guys are like the poor man's Drake and Josh. You're like that episode of Drake and Josh where they meet like their doppelgangers and they're not as good. Drew and Jerry. Yeah, that was a nice reference right there. Actual facts.
Yeah. Did you guys hear the celebrity gossip about Fetty Wap?
What's going on with Fetty Wap? I haven't heard it yet.
He released a new song called 1738.
This is breaking. This is re-breaking news. James, are you a Fetty Wap guy, James?
You know what? I really liked Trap Queen, and I'm really excited for 1738. So I'm just
Trap
riding.
Queen. How'd you know that deep track?
It came out in the 80s, and people were really playing it back then, and I just caught on to it.
Well, since Fetty Wap, yeah, he's the founder of hip hop, which was great that he's finally coming back out with something. And now only with one eye. This album I believe is called One Eye, Full Fetty.
We got a birthday shout out from Gennaro Zito. He says, "Declan, happy belated."
Oh, what a guy! Happy belated. Back to you, Gennaro.
Wow, that was really sweet.
Back to you, James.
Honestly, you could wish all of us a belated birthday, Gennaro, if that is your real name. It's been all of our birthdays.
Yeah, you actually.
Oh, Gennaro, happy birthday! They're trying to be a jerk over here. Yeah.
Let's address the elephant in the room. So
James.
apparently it damn it. I think it was Fetty Wap's birthday the other day.
That was the elephant in the room, and I didn't want to bring it up.
Way to make it up.
I didn't want to call attention to it, but wow, you're right. That's so awkward. Did you guys see SNL over the weekend with host Seth Meyers? He's back now. Seth Meyers came back behind the Weekend Update desk. They did a little really segment on Trump and Kanye's meeting. A lot of the show was focused on Trump and Kanye's meeting, and I did think they did a good job actually. It wasn't too brutally left.
So did someone pretend to be Trump and Kanye?
Yes.
Who was?
Trump was Alec Baldwin, and Kanye was the new cast member. This is bad radio because I don't have my facts in front of me. But hold on, I can pull that up real quick. But yeah, no, he did a really good job. The kid who did it. I feel bad that I don't have it in front of me.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Was it Fetty Wap?
It might be
No.
Fetty Wap.
Oh man, it was Fetty Wap. Wow. Oh my god. No, I can't.
Maybe it was Wap Fetty.
Yeah.
We dropped fire today.
So Anybody have some funny story that they want to share?
Chris Red.
Chris Red, that's it.
Chris Red.
It was Chris Red. So it's a good point. No, but you gotta mute yours. Chris Red he did a really good job, I think, portraying that. And Seth Meyers was just like pretty natural behind. He just does well on SNL. I'm not a big fan of his show, his late night show. But that's just because I think he's awkward actually doing stand up when he's standing. When he moved behind his desk, obviously. There was a significant improvement just because that's where he's been for the last 8 years or so.
Does Stephen Colbert sit too?
Colbert
no.
sits.
Does he?
Well,
For his
during
monologue?
No, his monologue he stands. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he stands,
Myers does a very similar thing to the Weekend Update. It's pretty much
Yeah, he's behind his desk. He's like playing with a pencil. He needs something.
It's cut from cut, like pretty much. They pretty much made the Weekend Update a TV show. Like
Yeah,
a
with Seth
talk
Meyers.
show, yeah.
Yeah. Well, his show's like a little bit it's more like niche comedy, I guess. It's a little bit weirder with like Fred Armisen, who I know you said last week is your all-time guy. So just doing like the improv back and forth is just a little bit less mainstream than you're going to find on like a Jimmy Fallon where they just play they just like play games and they're like, yeah, this is what America wants to see. I mean, games. I enjoy games from time to time.
Yeah, some of them are whack.
What, like?
James Corden's got some good games.
Yeah, no, he does. Well, James Corden's games are like a little bit more, like they're very elaborate. I find James Corden's games.
Yeah.
Whereas like Jimmy's is just like, let's play catchphrase. Like James Corden does like real life Tinder, which I appreciate. It was just kind of funny. They just bring out different guys and the people he works for or that work for him, like swipe left or right on them to the people in their face.
That's
It's so mean.
messed up.
That's brutal. I like James Corden a lot. He's probably my current. I like him more than Colbert. That's because I don't really like Colbert political. Like he gets too political, and I've from time to time I mentioned it the last time we were on how like he's very mean to some of his guests. Like he had Ted Cruz on the show, and like he could have been a lot nicer to Ted Cruz.
No, I agree. I think that
You don't have to agree with him, but you got to show some kind of form of respect.
I have a hard time watching. I agree with you. I have a hard time watching Trevor Noah because I find that he can be very biased and kind of like demeaning to his guests. Stephen Colbert, I think, is still like respectful, but he really like talks down to people he disagrees with, which I don't appreciate as much. Yeah. But did you guys see the Aquafina episode of SNL?
Unfortunately, I did.
Unfortunately, why? Give me a take that is hot in temperature, please.
Her opening monologue just was. It was first off, it wasn't good. Like started the show just bad. She was like awkward because she didn't like do it. Like she didn't know how to do it, and she didn't like have really any jokes. It was just like her talking about like growing up and how she idolized another actress and that like got her into like believing that she could become famous. And then the skits were also just terrible.
Yeah, no, I saw a couple of the skits and they just like did not do it for me. That's why I mean I think the season started off strong last week with Adam Driver, which was surprising because, or not last week, but 2 weeks ago now, because last week was Aquafina.
Yeah.
But Adam Driver is like a very like powerful character actor. Obviously, it's Kylo Ren. That's like very impressive. But what are you doing?
I put sunglasses on you.
Yeah, you put a filter on your face.
Do I look really cool? But it's crazy because I'm indoors, so I typically wouldn't be wearing sunglasses. Although the lights in here are pretty bright. Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
You can have sunglasses when you're not even wearing them. It's a big day.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll be talking about more SNL and other comedic things, just dissecting the situations. Wow. That's a filter right there. Stay tuned. Big things.
Stay tuned, please.
Please.
Love you.